Right, so let's cover a few things. So yesterday, some things went wrong, and we ended up dying when we were going to get Persona Court. Now, um, I reloaded that, and I thought, you know what, I'll just quickly do that. Did it? That's fine. And then I accidentally clicked on another bit on the way back, and ended up getting this guy called Matt. So, I mean, those are all dealt with now, and it's as if we did the right things at the right time, and we're heading back. As I said before, this is a casual run. I don't personally want to have too much really bad stuff happen to me. That's why I set the medium game mode. I mean, I can appreciate that it is fun having all the chaos happen, and we have had a lot of chaos up to this point. But it was getting to the point where I was thinking this whole run is just going to be wasted if I don't reload. So I've done the reload, and I'm carrying on through because I didn't want to be in Iron Man mode anyway. Maybe in the future I'll do a really like crazy ice sheet run or something. But for the moment, I just want to have fun. So yeah, that's where we are. So everybody's still having a breakdown. It's still not great, but it's at least we've got the AI core, so we're closer to getting off here. And with October coming up, I really fancy playing some horror games for a change. So I don't want to have this kind of left because too often I'll just leave games where they are and think, oh, I'll pick them up later, and then I don't, and then like updates will come, and then my save won't work, and so anyway, yeah, that's where we were up to with this. And now I just need to wait for everybody to get back. I hope that these people don't lose their mind too much, and hopefully we can look to get a working spaceship and get off here. I also spent this morning in VR in the Tokyo Game Show, which was actually really cool. I got to kind of wander around and see big Monster Hunter monsters, and oh, great in a clip. And I saw Sonic the Hedgehog, and some people I don't have a clue who they are, but they look cool. And there's lots of people I got to wave at. If you've got a VR headset, it's free to go look at. I'd highly recommend it. I've also got a cold at the moment. Ugh. I had to do a lateral flow test yesterday. Having children who've gone back to school, and schools are pretty much getting outbreaks left, right, and centre, which isn't surprising at all. But there's no longer any provision for children kind of being allowed to be off school if there's any worries of COVID. I mean, if somebody in a household does have COVID as well, they're fine with the other kids just going in, which seems crazy to me. It's like, hey, we've got somebody here who has COVID. Let's just send the rest of the family in as usual. So I feel they're very much putting the economy ahead of actual lives there, but there's not much you can really do there because it would be technically breaking the law taking children out of school without a good reason anyway. So yeah, I haven't got COVID, luckily, but I think it's only a matter of time now. The countdown's begun. I'll be like these guys with their machine parasites, muscle parasites. Yes. Come on, stop with your extreme break risks. I really don't care at the moment. You just have to muddle through it, as they say. Right, just do all of them, please. I'm not sure what horror game to do first, though. I've got like 5 or 6 of them on the backlog. And the problem is, I've already done Resident Evil games. I haven't done Resident Evil Village, though. I haven't got that yet. But that one looked... I'm going to be controversial here. It looked like it was going to be too actiony to be a proper Resident Evil game. Like, Resident Evil 7 was kind of on the line of, is it a action game? Is it a survival horror game? Is it a first-person shooter? And I think that it He kind of juggled all of them quite well. But everything I've seen about Village is like, yeah, it's mainly an action game by the looks of it. So I'm a bit hesitant to go and play that. Right, oh, also it turns out we need three. Oh, for God's sake. Hate the psychic ships. Hate them. Okay, let's build another one of these over here. A little doorway. Done. Ooh, textiles trade, that could be useful. And okay. All the people. It's normal, that seems normal. People don't want it, fair enough. Dog leather, I don't really want dog or lizard leather. Doesn't spark joy, that. That seems okay. And then can you untrade with them? Whichever one of them is the actual trader. One's the damn trader. Oh, there we go. What can we trade with them? Have the auto pistol. No, yeah, let's keep the heavy SMG. Yeah, enough the beer. I don't care about that. Don't we want any walks? Thanks. You're okay there, buddy. I was about to say, where's Mao? I could redo with her making these, but just realised that she got kidnapped, didn't she? Which is just utter bullshit. I know I'm ranting a lot on this episode, but oh my god, it was just such bullshit. Literally, they're there with like some clubs, just clubs, and a few knives. No warning that Mao's been down. I need to rewatch it just to make sure there was no warning, and I wasn't being a total like fruitcake. But I'm pretty sure there was no warning. It was just like, yeah, we've stolen Avery and Mao. Ha ha ha. Like, who does that? Bastard AI. I'll just get this finished. Get it finished, boys. Why is she getting sad playing billiards? You've chosen this. This is what you wanted to do. Don't get all mopey. Just insulting Gooch a bit on the Discords. He's been very busy recently. He's been a very busy boy. Thought he was dead for a minute then. So yeah, just been checking in with him. Because I'm wondering if he's going to be doing any Spooktober streams. Wow, yeah. It's one way to call it. Things aren't going too well at the moment. I'm not sure if you noticed that. It really doesn't matter what I've researched now, so let's just research that. It pretty much was over yesterday. It was pretty much gone. So I just reloaded. I don't, honest to God, I don't know why people are being so retarded. It's like, look at this. Loads of people on clean. Nothing's cleaned. Loads of people on construction. Nothing's getting constructed. Like, these deconstruction things have been there for ages. And, yeah, well, I'm building this. I mean, look, we've got a starship. Star Trek Enterprise right here, waiting to be finished. And like, unhappy nudist. Why is everybody nude? It's like there's plenty of clothes in there. Just go help yourself. Just go put something on, buddy. Well, that's normally fine. I only put on the bed rest when they're like dying. Normally, it shouldn't matter because nobody's actually, well, those two are, but they were actually injured. So yeah, but I'm fine with that. I'm fine with them getting injured. It's people are. Oh God! Don't kill Enyo Llama, you freaking idiot. Oh God! It's just crisis after crisis. And why is Llama angry? Llama, what's wrong with you? Right, so Mao, this is also total bullshit, right? Yesterday, some people came along with clubs and knives, and they stole two people. I didn't get any warning, to my knowledge, that they'd been knocked out, that they were being attacked. I just got told, oh, they've been kidnapped. And that was just crazy. Because they basically just wandered in here through all this. Most of them got killed. And then suddenly, oh, they've been kidnapped. I don't even know where they were. But anyway, that was rubbish. And now they're just like, oh, I'm stuck indoors. I've got disturbed sleep because they're sleeping outside and stuff. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't mind it realistically happening. Like in one of my other earlier ones, Mao did actually get coshed out, and then they dragged her away, and I was like, oh, that's fine. That's fine. I saw that happen. That was completely my fault. But when they just go, yeah, we're just going to take your people, and we shouldn't really have been able to because they were armed and very much ready to take names. I'm like, yeah, that's a bit bullshit. That's a bit bullshit. So, yeah. So I'm not in the happiest of moods with this playthrough now. What do you mean? No, I didn't set them to fire. I'll come back to them in a minute. I just saw these and thought, oh, I better actually put these on the power grid. Their response to combat. Oh, I didn't know you could set any of that stuff. Oh yeah, that's it. Just try and kill Enyo. You fucking moron. Great, Enyo's dead. Thanks, Llama. You absolute bellend. Enyo, like one of the best people we had. Now dead. I know. Surely that goes against the Hippocratic Oath there. Right, Baralo, can you just... No, of course you can't. Tro, can you... Thank you. Right, there you go. I'm on Yova. Colonist window. What, down here? Oh, right, right. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, attack. Okay. That's good to know. But right now, I just want to get everybody off. I just want the game to end, life to resume, and I want it ASAP. Yeah, it makes sense. The thing is, generally, I probably would want them to flee. I think that's more of a niche scenario there. Up until now, I've never had people try and kill each other. Maybe I've just been lucky in previous runs. But, yeah. Oh, well, to technically stop kidnappings then. Because again, if they would have engaged the person, like Mao or whatever, I'm pretty sure Mao would have just ripped their face off. Because I'd put everybody to be drafted, I think. I can't really remember. I'll just set them all to fight then. Oh, I can't do it all at once. Because I can always manually take control of them and tell them to do stuff. In other words, I can't even execute Llama, I think, because then everybody will be even more depressed. Right, he's probably going to need picking up now. I don't even think I've set up map with anything. Llama, you literally just do what you want. Just go cooking. Just do something. There you go. Go work. You two do whatever you want now. I don't care. Don't wear rubbish. No drugs. Good times. To be honest, I don't really need the research. There's only one person actually on research. Barallo, and they've only just joined. Oh, great. Just go back to bed, Llama. Moron. Just go rest in your bed. Where's... Oh, he's getting rescued as we speak. Okay. I think they're going to need an operation as well to give them some, let's give them some antibiotics and some ibuprofen. Same for you. I hate the, muscle parasite things. Ugh. Did we finally get... Right, okay, that's sorted. Okay, everybody's going to start getting more and more miserable. So I'm going to need to start acting down there. There's all this stuff here, but no one seems to be wearing it. A masterwork top. force them to wear it. It's like, why would you not want to wear things? You're not a nudist. This sounds when she wakes up. There's pants, shoes. Doesn't care. Doesn't care. She's like, I don't want to get dressed. I'm gonna get you dressed for no one. Don't understand this. Just wear that then. Wear that as well. I'm just having to micromanage everybody so much at the moment. Why would they? I just cannot fathom why they would be too thick to go and put on like a cloth jumpsuit or something. I can understand the ones which are tainted because I've said to them, hey, don't wear tainted stuff. Let's make sure that that hasn't been butchered somehow. Yeah, just anything, just not tainted. How hard is that? Right, let's get you a weapon. Get you a weapon. Right, heavy SMG, you can do that. Okay. Trout. Please go on. Oh. Good, they're turning around and running. Come on, take them out, take them out. Nobody can shoot that, go shoot it. Yeah, you two can't, you just stay there. Actually, no, you go over there because it's going to be one of those horrible worm things. It always is. They could really do with a shooting range or something in this game. But look how... Oh, there's no worm. Oh, well that went out okay. Oh, and look how much water I've got now. All the water. Is there a recreational shooting thing? Got a darts board. Oh, is it? Oh, right, okay. That would make sense. Oh, hello there. Could you be a deer and just cremate some people, please? Yeah, that would make sense. I'm surprised that's not in the default. There's a few things which I'm surprised about that aren't in vanilla. Like, Dub's Bad Hygiene, I don't know why that's not in vanilla, really. It makes a lot of sense to have like actual toilets and showers and things. And definitely like having shooting ranges. Or like libraries where they could go and skill up and learn something. Put the ship core there. On there. We need 3 engines. Hmm. One there, one there, one there, maybe? Maybe I should have rotated that round. Can't really reinstall that, so... Oh well. Actually, no, cancel that. Cancel that. I'll sort them out later. Let them build these bits first. And that. Actually, I might not even need that one. Is it the head that needs to be attached? I think it is. What's the head bit? I wish there was a little arrow just pointing. I'll worry about that. Everybody seems to be getting a bit better mentally now. That's promising. Why? What's the problem with it? Maybe that's it. They're just constantly pooping too much and not doing anything else. But pretty much every playthrough I've ever done has had the hygiene one in. And I've never had problems like this. But this is kind of why I've got this centralized one here. So these are all unlinked. If anybody wants to just go wash their hands from anywhere, they can just kind of go in there. Is there a way to find out what they actually want to wear? Because at the moment, I don't... Like, I'm naked. Well, go put something on then, Chief. White. Go put on a jumpsuit or something. Right, needs pants. Let's make some pants then. Make all the pants, please. But I don't get that because I'm not. I can understand if I was manually overriding stuff, but I'm not. I've just given them a normal. And again, up to this point in time, it's been fine. Nobody's had any issues. It's just now they just don't seem to. It's almost like everything's overridden. Oh, I'm not washing all of them. I'm only washing the good ones. The rest of them will get recycled. But the reason why originally I had the washing clothes there was because as you get better raids, you generally get a lot of stuff like Synthread and things from that, where you can just go, well, I'm just going to wash it and wear them. So you didn't have to, like, I'm not growing, well, I'm growing Devil Strand now. But I was doing that to avoid growing the Devil Strand and stuff. Because I'd basically be taking the Raiders gear, and anything which was poor or rubbish, I'd just be binning. And then anything which wasn't, I'd just be taking for myself. But you only wash them once, and it's virtually effortless. They just take them, put them in, come back later, and done. It's not like they're constantly having to re-wash them or anything. And yeah, you could keep cutting them up and making something new, but then the problem is that you got to make sure that somebody's got a high enough crafting thing to make good stuff, and also you need to have the materials to make it. Which again, you probably get some of them through recycling. But the problem is, whatever I make, people don't seem to want to wear it. Like, look, excellent bowler cap. What are you wearing? Oh, Hyperweave Turk. A camel hide military beret, which is poor. Why would they want that over an excellent bowler hat? I wasn't amazingly sold on the bowler hat idea originally, but let's suspend that. Let's make something else. Let's make a devil thingy Turk. Because it's the problem with the clothes. I don't know what clothes are supposed to be good for what people. Oh, right, that might have been because they... So, on here, we've got recycle apparel. So, on here, it will basically go... if it's awful to normal, and it's any hit points, it'll just go and get recycled. But sometimes people go, oh, I'm just going to go off and wash them before I do that. It's rare that that happens. Normally, they just get taken in immediately. But again, I'm not too fussed about that happening occasionally. Because again, up to this point, it has not been a problem. Not been a problem at all. It's just now, for some reason, everybody's losing their minds, and I have no idea why. Until we have two. Right. Actually, maybe pants should be first on the agenda. The dressing rules, yeah, sure. So, at the moment, all I've got is don't wear rubbish. And really, it's everything. Well, sorry. Ah, yes. It'll be that. It will be that. Let's go 50 to 100 hit points, close. The idea with that was that they would only wear the best stuff. Because they've got mending kits. So the idea was they'd be mending them whenever they got rubbish. But I guess they're not doing that. For whatever reason. Yeah, well, I've got the mending kits there. They should just be going off and mending them. I just don't know why they don't. Maybe it's because they need a crafting spot. A little crafting spot there for them. I've got a mending workbench somewhere, I think. Where is it? No. No. I'm pretty sure I did have one. Maybe it got destroyed? Well, let's make one of them then. That's gonna be cool if that's gonna make things a bit better. Oh, is there an electrical one? No. Let's just make an ironwood one. Wait. Yeah, that's a mending workbench. They've got one. Yeah. Men simple apparel, men complex. Yeah, so that should be just happening forever. Yeah. Because historically, whenever I've done it, I've always had it so that they'll only wear stuff above 80%. The mending stuff's happening forever, and anything which is under good is basically just getting recycled or sold. So it's just constantly like this loop of, oh, we got some new stuff. If it's good, mend it and wear it and wash it. Otherwise, if it's bad, just go off and recycle it. Everything on that. Everything. Let's sure it's that one. Yeah, everything. No hit points. No quality constraints. That one's just for weapons anyway. That's fine. Same on that. So, I don't know. And also, I want these bloody biocoded things to just get destroyed. I've got a bill here to smell them. Allow biocoded weapons. Let's just tick all them, just in case it needs to be a thingy one. But the odd thing is, until like 3 episodes ago, everybody was fine. Nothing was really odd about it. Everyone was doing what they were meant to be doing. I couldn't really complain. Whereas now, it's not quite that simple. Everybody isn't doing what they're meant to be doing, and I'm baffled as to why. Like you see, maybe they are pooping too much. Maybe that's a legitimate concern there. But this stuff here, like, deconstruction thing has been there for ages. And there's loads of people on deconstruction. Why is Casey almost dead? Well, I've watched them before. Like, let's watch Llama. She's off doing a tree. Let's have a look at somebody who should be doing construction. White. So let's look at what White does. Because White's construction, craft, and clean. And there's no cleaning happening. He's consuming a meal. Oh, he's off to do some sandbags. But as well, they have to travel so far on certain bits. I can, to some extent, understand why it takes them a while. Yeah, it's fine. Just fix her up. I'm fine with capturing her. No one's high enough to train her. I set a tame on her, but no one's high enough to, unfortunately, so... You see, he's holding still, so they are doing things. Just taking forever. Yeah, but I don't know how to make it any better, really. Because I can make another storage area up top. But... I don't know. I don't know how to say, oh, keep half of it in there and half it at the top. Yeah, it must just be that it's too far. Because I mean, they do, whenever you watch them. My crafting guy, which one? White. Yeah, but they try to cut it because they need to cut it to do this bit. Like, there's nobody with one plant cut assigned to plant cutting. They're just there because they need construction doing. I can tell them to cut down the wood. But these are all like, these are just really tiny things. I wouldn't even care about this normally. Yeah, I've never had to do that before though. It's never been an issue. I've never been like, oh, I really have to micromanage like cutting down the trees. It just happens. People who are plant cutters just go, we'll just sort that out. Or the people who are doing it just cut down the tree. Yeah, I appreciate it'll make it faster, but it shouldn't be drastically slow without it. I could do with a mod that has like little buggies, and they just drive around in buggies. It could be that I've just been lucky before, and everybody's just been fairly well skilled and stuff. Because I've had some really big bases before now. I've had multiple bases across other areas, so it's not been too much for a faff. It's just everybody's had the, because those are the advanced stuff on, and everybody's like got the one set to what they really need to do, and you got the fallback stuff. Generally, it just all ticks over, but yeah, but at the end of the day, you'd expect that like a plant cutter would just go off and cut it if needed, or the construction person is just cutting down a tree. It shouldn't be that hard. But let's say, right, so this specific scenario, I'm sure that they had to lay some pipe where a tree is. But these deconstructions and stuff, there's no reason why that would take forever. If you look at the amount of effort they're having to do to go from one side of the map to the other, just to go lay a bit of foundation or something. Yeah, normally they are. I mean, I don't think everybody's that unskilled here, though. We've got people with skills across the board on general stuff. It's just a case of let's get rid of them and put them on smithy and tailoring. Yeah, I think it might just be that I'm trying to expand across the whole map here, and normally I'll just stick to a certain part and build up like around there. So that's probably where a lot of the time's been lost looking at it. Watching the people go from one side to the other constantly, that's going to take massive amounts of time. Right, more ambrosia sprouts. Let me save there though. Because the only reason I'm going over here really is to get that last bit of power. I might not even need it, to be honest, now. Oh, how do I build a bridge? I didn't even know that was a thing. Remove bridge. Bridge! Oh, the more you know. I did not know bridges were a thing. Wow. That's why you're paid the big bucks. Oh, why not? There we go. I build it everywhere, but in some place, look at that. Oh, that's gonna be divine. I've got enough constructors. If they actually did what they were meant to be doing, it'll be done. Yeah, but I don't want to funnel them specifically through one area. If you look at it, that most of them are going to want to go down that way, over that way, or up that way. So at least if we've got a few passes over. Yeah, I'm not worrying about the raiders too much right now. I'll build a maze for them later. Because ideally, I want to be able to have it so that they have to go through a specific way to be able to get to this part. And then as long as they have to keep getting funneled down backwards and forwards. Because I normally have a maze where it kind of just goes like lots of right-hand turns and stuff. And sandbags there, so they have to kind of muddle over them. Be alright, at some point I'm going to need to worry about that. I didn't know there was bridges. That's amazing. Ah, sure, let's get a missile launcher. What could go wrong? Rib replacements. Oh, yes. I wonder if the exoskeleton suit does good stuff. Which makes them stronger. Do you have to replace every single rib, or is it just all the ribs at once? I have to research it. Oh, adrenaline ribs. Right, okay. Don't care about the valuables. It's good. This is educational. Yeah, see, look at these people. They're bumbling idiots. I don't know why that stuff's there. That's where Mao got ambushed or whatever. Yeah, so it's just them then. No, I didn't read it at all. I just know that it's either they're going to attack immediately or they're not. Just leave them to it. The ones where it gets concerning is when they drop ship in a load of stuff, and you're like, oh, they're going to start sieging. Does it really matter that much? Is it in? No. Is it that? No. Where is the logs? History. They'll prepare for while they attack. Is that any different to normal? Back down that way. So I probably need to do anything. Let's just get them all in there. Yeah, but if they get a mortar, they would have brought the mortar things with them. They'd actually start building siege stuff then, right? That's what they'd normally do. And the thing is, with why is there a mad yak? Yeah, because I got so many turrets dotted all over the place. I mean, they just kind of get worn down by the time they get you. They're not too worried about them doing stuff. But you're 100% right. If they were going to start building mortars or whatever, then I can't just sit there like waiting for them to do their stuff. Yak, have it. Oh, well, that was short and sweet. Let's see if we can rescue some of these. Yeah, it's nice when the things help. It was probably because that blew up. So, or maybe the power things haven't all been linked. Yeah, so when that blew up, it took out the power lead. I'll sort that in a minute. I run that over a bridge. Oh my god, that's even better. I don't think that one there's linked onto anything. No, it's not. It all comes through that one point there. I did start to try and link everything up, but I just ran out of time. So there we go. Now they'll take forever to go all the way over there and build it. Yeah, well, I've been using the waterproof ones over here, but now I know there's bridges. I'd rather just build a bridge and put the thing over there. Because the waterproof cables can't go through the dark blue bit. I still think they can. Yeah, you can't put it through the dark blue. So you can only put them through the clear blue bits. But now I know you can just build a bridge over them. That's amazing. Amazing! Come on, somebody just sort out these things here. It's restricted. Let's just move wool into this room. The element maker of things. Loving the bridges. Wait, I would now though. No, they're just lazy. What time is it where you are? Yeah. No, right. Quite late. I was having a bit of lie-in, having a bit of a lie-in this morning, and then I woke up and shopping was getting delivered, and I was like, oh my god, completely forgot. Flew downstairs, literally flew. I was about to go send Enya, but she's dead. Can't send her. For God's sake. Get some ribs going. We can restart as missile turrets again. Actually, yeah, we started with that. Let's carry on with that. And we want adrenaline ribs, you said, yeah? Adrenaline ribs. Let's make like 5 of them. It's because there's so much stuff which needs repairing. It's because like people just go off on rampages and start beating stuff. Yeah, well, I get, I get that when they have a mental break, they're more often gonna go nuts. But I mean, there's not much unless you can see any like way to reduce them having to do a load of running up there. I think I could say, well, I just don't need that, but it would be beneficial having that. It's like I'm providing them with everything else. Reduce resistance. Reduce resistance. Yeah, but again, I've got 3 people on cleaning. I've got 3 people on cleaning, but none of them are actually doing it. Well, let's just pick one of them. Let's pick Trout. You can be the cleaner. Oh, nobody. They've all got something else. They've all got at least doubled up on something. Because I haven't got a surplus of people, really. I mean, I've got a lot. I could possibly take some people off something. Like, I could take them off that. And, yeah, fine. Let's take Matt off. Matt can be the dedicated cleaner then. There's nothing to handle at the moment. Well, Trout's the chef as well, so Trout is quite useful. There you go. Matt's off on the case now. Yeah, 1 person on main mining, 1 person on that. You can come off construction. You can come off handling. And just deal with growing and planting. Yeah, White you can just deal with doctoring. You can do an odd bit of construction, I guess. Yeah, I'll try and not double up so much on people. I need at least 1 person constructing there. Maybe White can go back on that and he can come off crafting. And Barello can go on crafting. Alright, well, let's leave Trout doing the cooking. Llama can come off that, and Llama can go do... These plant cutting is quite a decent one to have multiple people on. Mm. Don't know what else to make Llama do. I'll just do that. She can help out with whatever she thinks she needs. That's a bit better now. Good old map. Let's get a light source in here as well. What? That's a huge amount of discrepancy there. Like 600 minus 1000. What the hell is draining all the power? What? That's not good at all. What thing's down? Oh, that. Good spot, good spot. You can go do that, Yoba. Yeah, the mouth, earth mouth. I'm just gonna prioritize that. Because if I can get this up and running as well, there'll be a whole surplus of power. Allow me a minor break risk. I'm not even making her do anything. Just come off a... Actually, I'll just manually make you go take a ibuprofen. Oh my god, I'm gonna need to start moving some of this stuff out. Too much food? Right, let's change the potatoes to plasteel. On peeps, get it sorted. You do what you want, Yoba. time to tailor it. There's not very much. Not much smithing to do though. Squirrels drinking the milk. That's all hooked up. Almost done there. What? What? Why did Trout just have a fight? What? What is wrong with these people? Santos, can you do me a favor and just rescue her, please? Yeah, I don't get that. They just need to sort themselves out a bit there. These aren't getting fed. Who's on Warden? No one's on Warden. Okay. I'll be why they're not being fed then. Matt, you are mainly the cleaner, so you can go and feed them. I thought you'd actually feed him. Wrong llama, just stop. We know that Mao's gone. I've got a doctor, haven't I? Yeah, I've actually got two doctors. White's one of the doctors, and so's Llama. Oh, that's okay. They had a chat. It's all okay now. Oh, a doctor has to do it. Oh, right, okay. Well, they seem to be okay now anyway. Food was delivered. Why, what's wrong with the schedule? Llama's schedule's fine. It's no different to anybody else's. Oh, okay. So just make them work during their, and then just make their sleep during the day then. I don't even know. I've never dealt with a night owl like that before, so that'll do. That's interesting. Is anybody else a night owl? Yeah, I've never thought about that. As you can see, I'm not a seasoned player. I played lots of times. That doesn't necessarily correlate with actually being competent. Same in the real world, that. On Who Llama. Oh yeah, I've seen them before, but I've just been like, oh well, that's just them. They're just always going to be upset. It's just a permanent debuff. I never once thought, oh, you know what? Maybe I should just change their schedule. Just never thought about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, those two can be work as well. Yeah. I just like I say, I just thought it was a case of it'd just be a permanent debuff, and I'd just be like, well, they're gonna be rubbish. Oh yes, of course they've all got malaria. Of course they have. Great. Oh right, okay. So sleep from what time? Sleep from 11 till 6. And time off that. Fortunately, you'll have to go and tend to everybody. I think you can research some anti-malaria thing, but I don't think I've got that. Yeah, before they start, but it's too late once it's started. Malaria just running around. Do you know if antibiotics help if they've got malaria? It's a viral, isn't it? You need antivirals, I imagine. Let's give them ibuprofen though. So you've already had ibuprofen. You only don't. Come on, llama. Just chill out. On the plus side here, she's not red anymore, so maybe she'll be okay. Didn't get that finished. Rubbish. I don't even need that much heal root now. I can always sell it off. Onto showcase construction. Been very insightful so far. I'm gonna say as well, thanks for your help on a lot of this. Because things are a lot less stressful when you realise what you're doing wrong. I'm okay with doing some stuff wrong though. It's like riding the clutch in the car. You know you're doing wrong, but you just like whatever. I'm okay with a bit of wrongness. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's sort of things, isn't it? It's a balancing act. If the mod gives you some good stuff, it's worth the sidetracking. But sometimes it's not. Come on, Danny, you're perfectly fine. You go butcher some meatballs. That one? No. Go when you're ready. Right, a working machine there, just all of the stuff. Right, let's cook fine meal. No, no. Wrong one. Cook fine meal times 4. 50 will do. Really do this malaria being over now. It's like COVID. You're just like, come on, people, get back to work. At least they're all greens. That's positive, right? Yeah, I think for this. So I've got a Persona Core, advanced components. Okay, we're short on advanced components by the looks of it. Got 2. Details. Play 4. Oh, no, not really. Given October, I'll probably... I mean, I tend to play varied games. I've got 1 second. Let me check in the Discord what the backlog was. So we did Resident Evil 3. That's done. We've done Legend of Grimrock 2. Hated that. That's done. So like the Walking Dead games. Well, I've done some of them, but like the 3rd and 4th one. There's let me pause that. The Surge I've done a bit on. I was gonna do more on that. Which one's got the highest vote? Well, Resident Evil 4's got the high. Outlast, that's got higher votes. Darkwood. I don't know is the answer. I've got Song of Horror and some other ones as well. I got loads. Because I've got the Humble Bundle monthly. I just end up getting loads and loads of stuff. And I've got too many games. So I thought, well, I'll try and do all the horror-y games in oh, not too fast to be a bit goosed. Yeah, so I'm trying to get through the horror ones I think next, and then I'll just go back to whatever. I got loads of kibble. I have some kibble. I have minus 2,000 kibble. I just like them beans. Take from you. I'll take some raccoon meat. Meat's good for the other stuff. Give you a cloth jumpsuit. Have some cherries. And oh, that should be fun. I got some guinea pig meat too. There we go. No, to be honest, this was only just meant to be a one-off playthrough. Because I just thought I'm not actually completed it. I'll just try and complete it. So I tend to play loads of different games. I mean, so far in terms of playthroughs, I've done Sekiro, although I couldn't kill the last boss. That was just diabolical. Resident Evil Remake 1, 2, 3. What else did I do? Death Stranding, but I haven't finished that one. Darkest Dungeon, but I haven't finished that. Remnant. Satisfactory. Risk of Rain 2. Here's a Hammer Watch Legend of Grimrock. Oh, I'm not going to be getting the DLCs for this. I don't really see the point in them, to be honest. If I was super like, I love Rimworld, then yeah, I'd probably buy it. But I've got Factorio to play next, I guess, if I want a game of like this scale. So, and Kate's like, go play Factorio. So at some point I'll go play that, I think. I do like Rimworld, it's okay. It's just, it takes an awful lot of time. And I quite like other time-consuming games like Skyrim and things too, so... it's a juggling act. There was no love. Love's a strong word. Endor, was that like the total conversion mod? The name rings a bell. No is the short answer. Oh yeah. I remember there being mention of it, but no, I haven't played that. Is it good? Oh yes, that one. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. And people are like, oh my god, they've made a game, the Skyrim mod thing. I've not played any of the total conversions, really. Because there's just that much to do in Skyrim. I've got it in VR as well. I did start playing Skyrim in VR and just moseying around, just being a total turnip. But I tell you what, you... I don't know how much you play, but generally whenever I play Skyrim, I always end up being a sneaky rogue with daggers and the bow. And trying to fire a bow in VR is near impossible. It's like point blank range on a bear in the cave in the start, and I'm just there aiming right at it. Can't fire anywhere. It's a shame. Age your threat. We're I'm just getting schooled on why my people are absolute cabbages in this and how to fix it. Yeah, the Gooch, he plays VR with me sometimes. He can only stand about 30 minutes of it before he starts to vom, which is a shame, really. Yeah, no, he's a lurk, say hi, whatever. I mean, I'm always happy to chat. That's the reason I do these things. I'd be playing most of these games by myself normally, but it's nicer to go and have a chat while you're doing it, isn't it? What do you do for work? You don't have to tell us, by the way, if you'd rather remain mysterious. It's almost done. Might just have to go and buy a ton of components. How much money have we got? Oh, we've got quite a bit of money. Who's got good social? None of you. Trout has okay social. Right, let's send Trout then. Send the axe, then Trout. And let's send them with... Oh, we don't want the steel toe. You can have that. We don't want that. Have the glow pods. We have all this guff. You can take... let's say 2,000 down. Go, go! Oh, security guard. Interesting. But you can't. The thing is that there's a few people who watch. I used to stream on. I'm not sure if you're on Reddit, but there's a community there called Patient Gamers, and I used to stream on their Discord. Quite a bit, and sometimes I'd do dual streams where I'd be on Twitch and on there at the same time. But people weren't too happy with it. Like, oh, I don't want to say things if you're on Twitch. So I'm like, oh, fair enough. Well, so you're there on your telegrams inciting riots and stuff. Menace to society. Yeah, but if you were able to, back to the Skyrim VR thing, if you were able to stomach being in VR, Skyrim VR's it's equal parts amazing and just totally awful. The main problem with VR at the moment, in my opinion, is it's much like the Wii. When the Wii came out, you had those people like, oh, imagine a lightsaber game in the Wii, and it never works because you don't have like when you collide with something, there's no resistance. It's the same in VR. When you try and do melee, you just waggle your wrist about like a mentalist and hope that you kill whatever's there. And that's a bit of a shame that it's a lost opportunity. Oh, figs. Has you ever just gone on strike? Oh no, there she is. Well, they do it like on the Oculus Touch that, and well, most VR and things. There is vibrations and stuff, but it's just not. I don't know. It's just not the same as like my kid had a cardboard tube the other day, and he's like, "Let's have a sword fight." So in there, we're just having like this little sword fight with a cardboard tube. But you can feel the resistance when it like clacks and stuff. And you just don't like movement. So in Skyrim VR, for example, quite often it's easier to just use the stick to move or teleport. Whereas ideally, you want it so that you can move with your body. But oh, okay. Oh, we'll let you join. Maybe you're a spy. Child spy. Oh no. Don't trust them. But yeah, I think if walking or movement was a bit because you can get like these 3D treadmill things, which seem okay. You can go on handle, you can come off handle, and yeah, and that whole collision mechanism. I don't know how you can solve collision. Oh, Night Owl. Yeah, I've got Beat Saber. I quite like that. I've got the native version on the Quest, and I've got a load of custom songs on there, so I can I can be there listening to my anime soundtracks, just going nuts. I don't know if you like anime, but Death Note. Oh, I love Death Note, and there's some really great music in that for exercising too. Right, yes, Night Owl schedule. Let me just double check again. Yes, Night Owl. Okay, schedule. See, we've learned from our mistakes here. There we go. Yeah, thank you. A lot of people like anime. No, what are you doing, you man child? And I'm like, it's just a form of media. Chill out, bro. But yeah, Death Note's amazing. I'm looking forward to the Cowboy Bebop live action thing because I loved Cowboy Bebop when that came out. I'd love it if they did a Samurai Champloo one as well. The Samurai Champloo was really good. Oh, I've got to actually don't wear poop and no drugs, please. Yeah, definitely. One thing that I was talking to my wife about this, Netflix does a really good job of kind of opening up like world um media across the world to like when I was a kid, I'm in the UK and we had like 3 or 4 channels of TV, and channels 1 and 2 were fairly boring. It would just be news and mundane guff and some dramas. ITV was a bit more like game shows and some other kids' children's shows occasionally. And Channel 4 was like the more modern sort of, oh, we've got fun stuff on there. But it wasn't really, you didn't really get any like stuff from other countries. There was rarely subtitles. Well, apart from like the subtitles for people who can't hear. But yeah, these days there's with Netflix there's a lot more content. Which pathway? Where's stuff getting broken now? I mean, Matt'll fix it. I don't mind there being a bit of dirt as long as it gets fixed. Oh wow, that's well. If anything, that's quite good to hear. I'm quite happy that um Eastern sort of media started to challenge Western ones because they're very different. I'm not saying one's better than the other because they're both kind of going for different audiences. Like I'm not a massive fan of Superman and Batman stuff. I can appreciate why people like them, but I'm not really a massive fan of superhero comics. That being said, comics is a lot broader, isn't it, than just superheroes? There's quite a few which do sound quite interesting. And The Walking Dead, I quite like that really, and that was comic, wasn't it? So yeah, swings and roundabouts, but oh, Trout, for goodness sake, not even left yet. Trout hasn't even left. Right, let's swap out Trout for White because Trout's just gonna lose it in a minute. Yeah, I'm the worst person to kind of have a conversation with about that because I haven't really watched any of the movies either. I watched some of the early Thor ones and thought they were pretty good. The only thing is, I don't think I dislike them. It's just there's that many of them. It's like when I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sit down and go watch something. It's like, oh, I'm gonna watch Castlevania on Netflix, or I'm gonna watch Sex Education. That was another Netflix thing, or the what's the space one? The Game of Thrones in space. The Expanse. It's like I've got certain things which I would like to sit down and watch, and even when I'm kind of like, could go watch anything, I don't really think, oh, I want to go watch a Marvel thing. I did like the original Spider-Man one, so they were pretty good. But I feel like a lot of it's just a cash grab. They're just like, hey, superheroes are really popular at the moment. Let's just. It's like games, Metroidvanias. They're great, and everybody releases Metroidvanias, and suddenly it's like, oh, they're shit. We don't want Metroidvanias anymore, which is a shame because it just kind of, they oversaturate, don't they? Did I really tell them to take that much? Oh yes, the infestation starts again. Oh, here we go. Pringles with the hot take. If they mine any more there, surely that's going to cause a mine collapse. Uh-oh! Uh-oh! They're out. Let's mobilize people. Let's just get in here. Let's smell the man flesh. It's a valid thing, isn't it? I mean, it's like anything, isn't it? When I first discovered animes, I was like, I want more! Just give me more! And like fantasy books. When I first started reading them, give me more of them! We're kind of built to just, oh god, I didn't want to do that. We're kind of built to just consume. No, get back in there, you two. 3. Oh, I wonder what's happening with those ribs. Yeah, I'm the same. I've read a few mangas, but I generally just read the animes. Oh, that's a problem there, isn't it? Because you're like, oh, well, I've already read the manga, which is probably going to be better for you anyway. It's one of those things, isn't it? Like, if you read a book, you often like, well, the book was better than the film or the show. It's going to be a controversial opinion now, what I'm going to say, but other than if we just ignore, and this bit isn't controversial, if we just ignore seasons, was it 6 and 7, 7 and 8 of Game of Thrones, I thought the Game of Thrones TV show was pretty much just as good as the books, because they went off and kind of touched on stuff which wasn't really touched on in the books, and I was quite happy with that. But yeah, generally I found most of the things the books are a bit better. I know nothing about Chinese novels, although I do know about wuxias. Is that how you say them? I didn't even know that was a genre until I read Will White, I think it is. Yeah, I read Will White's Cradle, uh, whatever. I don't even know how many books there's going to be in the anthology, whatever it is. And yeah, I quite liked them. It kind of felt like Naruto, but with more kind of fantasy stuff. Hey viewers, all we're doing okay. Was that better for you? Because you were like, oh, I haven't read the manga, so I've got a reason to watch them now. Or you're like, oh, I can't be bothered to watch them because there isn't a manga to go with it. Oh, I like Attack on Titan. I wish it would just finish. I think I'm up to date, but I'm like, oh my god, just finish it. I really wish that I'm not sure if you've played it. It's not a well-known game, but people who have played it and like it, it's well regarded. Suikoden or Suikoden, however you're supposed to pronounce it. I think that the core premise of that game, of like the political intrigue and the war and the battle stuff, I think that would make a really good anime or manga. There's something like it, Arslan, the heroic Arslan or something like that it's called, which I found was kind of similar to it. It's a really old JRPG series, like PlayStation era. But for me, Suikoden 2 was just, oh, it was the pinnacle of JRPGs, really. Because it's got such intrigue on. It's not just a case of, like a normal JRPG, it's like, oh, you're the hero, you go off and save the world. Whereas in this, it was a case of, like, yeah, you do kind of become the hero. But it's kind of like got Pokemon elements where there's 108 people in the world. It's actually based off a Chinese novel. Where there's like 108 people in the world who you can collect, but you can put them in your party and they've all got their own storylines, and you end up getting a castle, and you end up having to go to war because you're like, well, all of them are centered around wars and like larger political things happening to do with the magic system in there's based on runes and the idea is that the people are trying to get these great runes, which are super super powerful. And yeah, it's a really good JRPG series. One of my favorites. Oh, an excellent one. Don't want to take that. But at the same time, if you don't like JRPGs, it's not gonna be for you. And because it's quite old now, a lot of people are like, "Oh, I don't want to play an old game." But personally, because I was a kid back then when these games were coming out, I've got no problems with that. Advanced components, give me all your advanced components. Thank you. And I'll take whatever components you've got. Okay, let's reduce that a bit then. There we go. Deal. Yeah, I do quite like Attack on Titan. Because that had the intrigue of I like the ones where it's like got some depth in the lore. Where you're like, oh, I can kind of learn about how Titans came to be and oh, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah. I never watched Yu-Gi-Oh, but I got nothing against it. To be honest, I didn't really get into Pokemon for ages. When I was a kid, I worked in a well, I say when I was a kid, when I was in college, I worked in a computer shop and they used to sell a lot of Pokemon cards, so I had to know about Pokemon enough to be able to talk to the kids about the cards and sell them. But I never really got into it and saw the genius of the Game Boy games until I went to university and my friend Rolf was like, "You gotta play Pokemon," and I played it. I was like, "Oh, brilliant!" But it just got too much. There was too many of them. I got all the legendary dogs, and I was like, "Yes, this is amazing." And then you couldn't trade them anywhere because you couldn't go from Game Boy Color to Game Boy Advance games. So I was like, "Oh, damn it!" Digimon, yeah, I hear that Digimon is actually really good. There's Digimon Detective Sleuth or something, I think is the latest one. Yeah, the thing was, Pokemon was just kind of like the main thing because it had the TV show, it had the games. Oh no. Oh, trade, that's fine. So because of all that, it really got most of the traction, unfortunately. Buy one pemmican? Just to make sure you don't kill me. There you go. Take all my money. Wait, yes, How's you'd already read it. Yeah. My wife started reading the manga. She watched some of the first series because she knows a bit of Japanese. She's not Japanese, but she knows a bit of Japanese and can read a lot of it and speak to some extent some of it. And she was reading the mangas, but I think it got just after like halfway. I think we just had the first season over here, and she kind of read up to halfway through the second season or something, but then stopped. But yeah, I quite liked it. One thing that I thought was really good, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody watching in the future or whatever who hasn't seen Attack on Titan, but there is just one. I'll just pause it. There's one amazing bit, and I think it's the second series where it's kind of everybody's kind of milling about on like this battlement or something, and the camera's panning off to one direction, and there's a conversation happening to the side, and it's like they're not even focusing on this conversation that's happening. And truth bombs are just being dropped left, right, and center. And it's like all the like the main storyline plot stuff is all being like just thrown out there. And it's like, oh my god, we're finding out like who these people are and stuff. And he's not even focusing on it. And then you're like, oh my god, what's he gonna do with this information? And then all shit breaks loose. But the way that they panned the camera away, like, this isn't important, don't worry about it. But if you're listening or reading the subtitles, you're like, this is, oh my god, this is the main stuff. I thought that was really well done from a cinematic perspective. Well, I can understand why it didn't end, because they hadn't really covered from the... Are they for real? Well, let's get killing some Yorkshire Terriers. Better get everybody back, because they are just gonna... They're gonna go through bone like butter. Let's get everybody. Everybody into the safe house, please. Yeah. So, I kind of agree with you there on Death Note. I didn't think it was bad with the others, but I did kind of think, well, what's the benefit here? But I would say that I found the ending very good. Just like the fall, and how he's kind of realized, and he's like, oh no, just the way like, I can't really say much without spoiling it, but like the way it's just the last 5 minutes happen, and Ryuk's there just eating his apple and stuff, and everybody knew what was going to happen, but when it's playing out, and delightful. Well, it's not just you, because this goes on YouTube. Future people might watch it. For future people who don't want to know about the last bit of Death Note, close your ears now. So basically, Lights, he's orchestrated this massive like he thinks he's got away with everything basically, and at the last minute he's kind of caught, and he's realized, and he's like, oh my god, and he just starts running, and he's starting to tear up, and he's running, and Ryuk says early on, like, well, I'm just gonna take your soul at some point. I'm gonna take it. And he's just running away, and it's like everything's falling down, and he's like, oh no, and he's kind of realizing that he's not long for this world. And then yeah, he just gets shot and dies. But it's just kind of like that whole build up to him. He thinks he's become like God, and he's done everything, but yeah, he just gets screwed and dies. But it's quite good. There we go. I'll send a message now, so people in the future can know to open their ears. And I didn't even spell that correctly, so yeah. And yeah, Death Note did end as an anime, but there is a I don't want to say a spin-off. It's not really a spin-off, but what the hell was that? Fucking hell, Whitney, just blow up the whole wall, why don't you? There was like an alternate perspective. I think it's like an hour-long special where it's like the Ryuk's perspective of what happened. Oh, thanks, man. I mean, to be honest, it's just me prattling on while playing games with people. It's not. There's a few tutorials on there though, for people who want to stream stuff. But yeah, I thought that was quite insightful, seeing Ryuk's perspective on it. I didn't think the Netflix one was that good though. Being controversial there, I was like, oh, it's not that great. It could have been great, but I think that the direction they went with it was just garbage. Yeah, I didn't. It's been years since I watched it, but I'm pretty sure what I mentioned a minute ago was kind of what happened. Because he had a load of friends, and they're all like worshipping him and stuff. It was good. It's good, and it's only like 30 episodes for the whole thing on anime. So while I do kind of agree that like when you reach that halfway point, I was kind of like, oh, I'm not sure if I really want to carry on now. But I did, and I enjoyed it, so. Well, I haven't read the manga, but I do. Well, I say I do. My wife has the box set of it upstairs. I'll go ask her in a minute. Well, these days everything's controversial, isn't it? Well, there are some genuinely controversial things to be said out there, which probably shouldn't be said. But everybody's got a different. I was watching Bo Burnham recently. I didn't even know he was a thing, but one of my friends was like, "Oh, you should watch Bo Burnham inside." And a lot of what he said was like just. I know it's ironic me saying this as somebody who's, like I've said before, I'm not really a massive social media fan, which is ironic given that I'm streaming on, um, social media. What the hell was that? Oh, cargo pods. Yeah, he's mentioning like, can just one person just shut the fuck up for a while? I think, and the whole welcome to the internet thing. It was quite an eye opener. He was good as well with his bumhole thing. I quite liked him. I watched a few of his other ones as well. I'll have to ask Jen now then what happens in the manga one. I didn't dislike the ending of the anime one. But back to what I was originally saying as well about, I think, if you've seen Cowboy Bebop and you like Cowboy Bebop, have a look for Samurai Champloo, because a lot of people who did watch Cowboy Bebop didn't know that the same guy, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, did Samurai Champloo. Because Cowboy Bebop was kind of like blues, jazzy, and Samurai Champloo's hip hop, rap. So Cowboy Bebop's the one with Spike and Jet. He's a bounty hunter in space. No, I'm not sure if he is Japanese, but he's a guy on a ship, yeah. It's on Netflix, Cowboy Bebop. You can go watch that dubbed or subbed. And as I said before, there's a live action one coming out in November, I think. Shinichiro Watanabe, that's his name. Yeah, he was the guy who did Cowboy Bebop. And apparently he was like a music director or something. But he wanted to go into animation. And you can tell that because there's a lot of music. The music's just as important as the actual show in that, but yeah. But yeah, he also did Samurai Champloo, which in my opinion is just as good, if not in some ways better, than Cowboy Bebop. But a lot of people don't even know that he did that. So, putting that one out there. It's a shame because some of the more long-running ones, like I've watched Naruto Shippuden and the original Naruto and Bleach, and I thought the original run-up in Bleach, the first like 100 episodes, were really good. I was quite enjoying the character's journey and all these other characters who were there and the Soul Society and things. But then after that, it just kind of lost where it was going, and well, for me anyway. And it just became just a battle fest, and it's Snoozeville. I can't be asked. It just becomes battle after battle. That was the problem in the end of like Naruto Shippuden. It was just constant battles, and while some of the battles were really good, you were just like, it's just action for action's sake. Just give me the storyline, and stop taking like 20 episodes to tell me about it. There we go. The other power plant's online. Yeah, it felt like it should have been a really short arc because it just went on for ages. I mean, don't get me wrong, the premise of it, I was okay with that. The premise was quite cool. But it just took so long to execute, and every single person had to fight every single person. It was like watching a bloody like esports tournament where everybody had to fight each other. You're like, oh, for God's sake, just hurry it up. Yeah, I love Breaking Bad. That was really good. I kind of put off watching it because I thought it's been so hyped up, and I never watched Malcolm in the Middle, so I didn't really have any attachment to Bryan Cranston. So I was like, I'll give it a watch. And I really enjoyed it. Just the descent of that character. And all the other characters, all the Spawn characters were great. But it mixed comedy and serious aspects. There was so many like story and real life uh sort of scenarios which it kind of touches on. I thought it was really good. How are you two getting on? Zero, well, you can be recruited. How are you? You can be recruited too. Welcome to the party, pal. Matt, you're in charge of them, aren't you? No. Yeah, I was a bit worried about Better Call Saul, because I thought, well, maybe that'll go awry. Oh, well, I didn't like it as much as Breaking Bad. It's been okay. Well, I think I only got up to Series 3 and I haven't watched the rest of it. Oh, actually, let's check their... They're a night owl too. We are prepared for this. Sleep. Work, work, work. What do you want? I know that should be a work. What can you actually do? Oh, you're okay at handling? You're okay at hunting? Okay, let's take you off hunting. You can go on to hunting. Oh, there we go. Cool. Don't wear rubbish. Don't do drugs. Job done. Yeah, this is what I was saying about Game of Thrones before. I've read the books as well on Game of Thrones, and well, I say I've read the books. I've read the available books on Game of Thrones, and I thought that the TV show did a lot better job of kind of giving you an aspect on the White Walkers. I thought they did a really good job there. Credit where credit's due. That was interesting. The I think there was like one bit where I was like, oh, that's quite good in Series 7. But other than that, it just took a massive dive, and I was like, can't be asked anymore. Well, you can be on to cleaning. You can come off cleaning. Actually, you were quite a good cleaner. I don't even know what you can research. Oh, wait there. Stale. What's your bio? Fast walker, we like that. Oh, we were getting the what's it called as well, weren't we? Right, let me just set up schedules and stuff for them. Work. Work. Creation. Anything. Yes, that's right. Don't wear rubbish. Don't do drugs. Cool. And let me save there. Oh. Yeah, that's the problem with the books. It's the same with have you read? I'll wait for you to come back. I'll wait for you to come back before I discuss the next bit. But yeah, I do worry that George is kind of like just. I mean, he's working on other projects, which is fine. I mean, it's up to him what he does. But one thing I would say about that, though, where you say like, oh, it ran its course and then it ended. I think that it should have been on for a bit longer because there were so many storylines to try and resolve, and also the White Walkers are a huge part of it, and it just felt really badly handled. So I think that they should have got a lot more. Well, Breaking Bad was. I mean, one of my friends who's really into like writing and art and stuff, he refuses to watch Breaking Bad for some reason. So I mean, I'm not gonna say these shows are for everyone, but they are quite good. Oh, too deep. Oh no. Run away. Run away. Right, we need to get these people equipped with stuff. Right, I need to make more assault rifles. You got a gun? Yeah, you can come over as well then. Knew that was going to happen. Where's that one come from? Sneaky bastard. Well, the thing with Game of Thrones, to be fair to them, fantasy shows up until that point hadn't really gone that well. So I felt like they kind of had to do some level of marketing and things. And to be fair, it did very well after they'd marketed it. But there was a lot of nudity. I'm not necessarily against nudity, but when it's nudity for nudity's sake, you're like, well, there's not really much benefit. Are you back, dual threat? Oh, that went dark quickly. Yeah, I mean, if your opening scene is just nudity, then you're kind of saying to the audience, hey, look, you're not coming here for the story. You're just coming here for the boobs. Yeah. But I would say that Game of Thrones is kind of one of those shows where, yeah, okay, it does have an awful lot of tits and ass, but at the same time, it is very well told up until series 7 and 8. What are the advanced components? Oh no, maybe they've all been used. But one thing I was going to wait for Dual Threat to get back, but one book which I really, really like, probably my favorite, well, one of my favorite book series, King Killer Chronicles, the Name of the Wind series. Patrick Rothfuss writes an amazing world and magic system and stuff, and I loved everything about that. And they're supposed to be making a TV series like that. But that's another book where I'm like, the third book just, he's not releasing it. And I appreciate he's going through a lot of problems, and he's maybe not super motivated, and also a lot of the fan base have kind of already kind of guessed what the ending's going to be. Well, maybe not the ending, but how parts will be resolved. And I think he's a bit demotivated by that. But I'm kind of like, well, it doesn't matter too much. I'd still... write what the ending is, even if it's the same as what people have said. I'd still happily read it. But yeah, because of that, it's just kind of in limbo. And I really wish that that'd finish as well. I quite like Robin Hobb's books as well. She gets a lot of flack because her character is a bit of an idiot. Fits. But I find it a bit realistic because a lot of us are idiots. And because he's young as well, he makes a lot of stupid decisions. But his role models have all been kind of idiots as well. So I thought that was quite good. That's the God, what's the first series called? The first book's The Assassin's Apprentice, but the series is the Farseer trilogy, I think. To anybody in the future who's like, oh yes, that sounds cool. Because that'd make quite a good TV show, I think. And The Witcher's done okay. I didn't really... The Witcher books I wasn't a huge fan of. I've tried to read a couple of them. I've got, I think, about 9 of them on Kindle, but I've tried several times to read them. I didn't gel well with them, but the TV show was quite good. And the games are good. But that's nowhere near like Game of Thrones level fandom. Oh god, I'm gonna have to go in about 10-15 minutes. Ideally by tomorrow, I want to be off this rock. I need people to build stuff, I need advanced components, I need everything in place, and people going. Why is there a fire up here? Somebody sort it, please. Not now. Oh, you just... Oh, sorry, Matt's on the case. Matt's on the case here. I mean, no, maybe get that one? Maybe? Oh, no. Maybe I need to install a sprinkler there or something. Oh, yeah, there's no path to it, that's the problem. White, you can deconstruct the wall. Oh, he's already on it. This is not good. Santos on fire now. It's because I should have built a thing around it. My own damn fault. Just get out, Santos. Let it burn to the ground. Oh, the squid thing. Squid wall battle face, whatever it's called. There we go. I haven't watched that one, if that's the one you're on about. That's a bit of a pain there. I did watch Alice in Borderland. Is that the name? I want to say that's the name. I thought that was okay, but I've recently got it's not called Dragon Romp. It's like Danganronpa or something. I got that trilogy and the oh god, what's the other trilogy called? Zero Time Dilemma trilogy thing to play at some point. But I'm awful at puzzles. I'm super rubbish. My brain just gives up. It's like doing exams. My brain just goes, can't be bothered. Not gonna do it. Sorry, White. Here we go, just breaking things. Super annoyed. What's his needs? He's in serious pain, or maybe when you had a second, just go have a little ibuprofen. I just wish that you could like specify on the drug things, if in pain, go take something. Because you can't just set up a frequency for ibuprofen, that's not that good. At least he broke his own room though. Oh yeah, these assault rifles. How are they coming on? Snail. Have an assault rifle. Kai, you can't have an assault rifle yet. Oh, an excellent one. I feel like we probably need more meat again. Get a load of yak meat. Oh, these ribs! These ribs! Did we make the ribs? Can't see any ribs there. No rib. I could do with a bulk trader appearing and just selling them loads of heal stuff. I'm running a bit low on money. Not happening. We already got a Discord group. I don't see the point in Telegram. Oh, finally they did the thing there. It seems, I mean, I get the point of security, but no, I don't use it. But there is a Discord group, which I think is in the Twitch about bit or something. But I know you don't use Discord, so it's not just my Discord channel either. A few of us are on there. Because originally it used to be just my Noguchi's chat channel, and then it was like when he started streaming, we were like, well, we'll just use that for your streaming. And then I started streaming, and we're like, well, I'll use it as well. Twitch Telegram sounds great, but yeah, I'm not doing it. Yeah, sounds great. Not happening. For that reason, I'm out. Right, I'm going to have to save in a minute. And go pick up the kids. And no doubt when he gets back, he's going to be like, Dad, can we play Terraria? Yay! More Terraria. Llama and trout, eh? I swear this bed gets a lot of use. Thank goodness it's a good bed. Maybe they'll want the stuff. White, you were okay at talking to people. Oh no, they don't want the other stuff. That's one thing that maybe I should have looked at. Getting androids or something. Was it you mentioned that, Pringles? I mean somebody else. Because I'm constrained now. I need lots of advanced components. Good one. Still not got through all this backlog of bloody steel shrooms here. Oh, don't go away, Mad Boom Rat. That was good there. That was your knowledge which saved that situation. Because they were being approached and they went, you know what, I'm going to attack. I'm going to stand for this bullshit. Not enough components. Yeah, mind all the components out of those ones. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, none that. And I'm half tempted to just send people off into the mountains, settle there, and then just go mine a load of components or something and bring them back. I don't know. Right, anyway, let's save it there. Oh, bulk's good trader. And we'll deal with these first, then we'll go. I think today's been an exceptional episode. That education that was rammed into my brainicles has sorted me out. Why are you doing it down there? Bloody idiot. I can actually set a thing, can't I? A meeting point or something for when they come, I think. Oh no, maybe I can't. Because I think there's a mod where you can have like a hotel and like they'll stay in certain rooms and stuff. Can I interest you in some insect jelly? And oh, I will take all your components. And I will take all your steel. How about some kibble? Do you want some kibble? Well, you have a 2,000 kibble. No, minus 2,000. Minus 2,000. That's really confusing, in my opinion. Try to do that. Gee, you know what? You have minus 2,500. Yeah, that's good. That's good. You can have all that kibble. And how about you can also have ambrosia. Do you like ambrosia? Can you have some ambrosia? Oh yeah, you don't like ambrosia that much. Go for minus 150. What about herbal medicine? Do they want any of that? No, they don't buy that. Get as much money out of them as we can. There we go. So, brilliant! Thank you. Yeah, New World, a few of the people who I play with are looking at that at the moment. It seems very PvP oriented though, so with muggles when it comes to that. We generally do co-op stuff. One thing I did want to mention to you as well though, because I've got to go in a sec. But when you're mentioning about books which won't get finished, have you read the Kingkiller Chronicles? Obviously book 3 isn't out yet. But really loved Name of the Wind and The Wise Man's Fear. And I'm really upset that that's just landed. And I'm a bit gutted that Rothfuss just hasn't really done the last one. Let's just save there. Done. It's really good. Well, I personally loved it. It's great because the way the story is told, it's told that you're basically reading a story told by somebody else. So this guy's asking this person, they're like, "Hey, tell me your story in the future," and they're like, "Oh, go on, I'll tell it to you." But you're never quite sure how much they're embellishing or making up when they're telling it. He makes glass at one point, I think. I don't think the stories are making glass, but yeah. There's blue flames and stuff. Oh, the Wise Man's Fear. Yeah, I'm not surprised you were confused. I mean, I was confused reading the Wise Man's Fear, and I read them in the right order. But yeah, I quite like the magic system in that as well because he's got his Allah thing. But some of my favorite sets of books, so I've got to really finish this quickly. Kingkiller Chronicles, really good. I really like Robin Hobb books. The Farseer trilogy, which starts with Assassin's Apprentice, and the Fool and the whatever and the Tawny Man trilogy. There's like 4 book series based in that world, which are really good. And a fairly short series of books, The Faithless and the Fallen, I think. Yeah, I can't think of it off the top of my head. Oh yeah, I didn't really get on with that book. This the sweet something of little things, or something like that. I didn't really understand it, but I get that she's a bit mental, and you're reading it through her perspective, and that's the one, and she's just batshit, and she's like, oh, sparkle, sparkles. I'm like, I don't get this. I go out halfway through and was like, no, I'm sorry. Another series which gets high regard, I thought it was okay, but I wouldn't say it was amazing, was the Gentlemen Bastards. I quite like it, but I found certain bits of it were a bit, I don't know, it just kind of was a bit long-winded. But I thought the series was quite cool. It was a very novel idea. Cool. Well, look, I'm gonna have to go. I'll be here tomorrow though. We can resume book club. I'll even I'll call it Rimworld Book Club tomorrow. We can resume. It'll all be peachy. It'll be good. The Assassin's Apprentice. I'm not sure about the Magician's Apprentice. Maybe that's Raymond Feist or something. That is another series. I've read loads of books. Anyway, I've got to go because I've got to pick up the kids. But it's been good. We'll continue tomorrow. Remind me, and we can have a deep dive into books. Yes, Rimworld. So that was good. Yeah, I thought it was okay. Anyway, I'm going. Bye.